This is the plaintiff, Anne. She says she's known the defendant for 3 tumultuous years. While they dated, and they split up because he was seeing another girl. He threatened her many times. She was forced to hire a lawyer to get a restraining order against him, and she's here suing him for the $5,000 she's now owed. This is the defendant, Manuel Bermudez. He says the plaintiff's abusing the legal system to get back at him for breaking up with her. That's right. This is the 3rd lawsuit filed against him by the plaintiff. It's out of revenge, and he doesn't owe her a penny. He's accused of bad boyfriending.
All parties, please use your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Anne, you are suing Manuel Bermudez for $5,000 that you say he owes you in legal fees, lost wages, and more lost wages. Okay. Talk to me. What's going on here?
This is my ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
And I had sued him in small claims court, and I had...
How long did you two date?
For 3 years.
Okay. And were you living together?
Yes.
All right. And why did you folks break up?
Basically, he cheated.
How did you find out?
Sorry, I didn't really want to have to go into all this stuff, but basically he told me.
He came clean, or did you catch him and then he came clean?
Hurricane Irma came, and we were getting ready to leave, to evacuate, as it was required to evacuate, as you know. And I asked him if he was going to come with me, and he said no. And then that's when he revealed that he was going to be evacuating with some girl that he'd been cheating on me with.
Wow.
So,
okay, wait a minute. So you were living together, and then you're like, all right, so come on. And he's like, nah, pass. I'm going to go with somebody else. That's how you found out?
well,
in the middle of the hurricane, no less?
No, at that moment we were not living.
No,
At
we
that
weren't
moment,
living together. But we were still somewhat of a couple.
Yeah.
And
okay.
anyway, yeah. So that happened. Yeah.
Okay. So I take it that was painful.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about your lawsuit then. What is it you're trying to collect legal fees for?
Okay, so I had sued him in small claims court
what?
for $5,000.
For what though? For what?
For half of our pet expenses.
Pet expenses.
Yes.
Okay. How
And
many
so-
pets did you guys have?
I have 4 cats now. We have 4 cats.
Okay, we don't have anything because you guys
Yeah,
broke up
well-
5 months ago. But did you actually have a trial on that case, or
We
did he
did.
fail to appear?
No, we had a trial.
Was
and
he there?
Yes, and I
Okay.
won.
All right, and a judge gave you a judgment.
Yes.
And did the judgment include attorney's fees?
No. No.
Did
it
you ask for
didn't.
attorney's fees?
Well, basically what she had said is the lawyer had to represent me on that case for her to include them.
So then what
she
makes you
didn't-
think the result would be different now?
I have no idea what
Okay.
I'm doing.
So tell me
No
about
idea.
That's fine. You're not a lawyer,
Okay.
I get it. So what attorney's fees did you incur that you are suing for here today?
Okay. In order to get the money back that I had won, I had to hire attorneys to try to figure out how to get the money in post-judgment collections.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar.
And may I see the receipt for those lawyers? Did you end up getting any money in post-judgment collections?
I haven't gotten a cent yet.
Okay. And let me also, does that have the judgment also?
The judgment.
Yeah, I'll be needing the judgment. You're on a monthly legal plan?
Yes, I am.
When did you decide to go on a monthly legal plan?
When I figured out he wasn't going to pay me the money back.
Let me hear from you. Did you go to a trial on that?
Yeah, I went to the trial. At that point, I couldn't prove that what she was saying was real with every receipt and everything, but I agreed because I couldn't say, okay, I left her, she took care of the cats, I was agreed to pay. Of course, not in once, because I didn't have that money, and even I told her, I cannot pay the whole amount, I can pay monthly. Give me a payment plan, and she couldn't do it. That's why she next hired a lawyer.
Do you work?
Yeah,
Okay, what do you do?
I do IT.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what have you paid towards that judgment?
For that case, how much I paid?
Yeah, $1? Have you paid $1?
Yeah.
Yeah, how much have you
even
paid?
she froze in my account, and I
Oh,
paid.
now that the account's frozen, now you're
yeah.
paying. All right, so the account got frozen, and so how much has been paid?
Around $1,300.
Is that accurate?
Eventually it will be paid, yes, but it's a process to get it, as you know.
So how much have you spent in legal fees to collect on the vet bill?
Way too much, way
No,
over
that's
5,000.
not. We're not girlfriends chatting over a cup of coffee.
Over 5,000.
I'm asking for a specific amount. You have these two fees. One is for $375, and the other one is for $270. Correct? Your defense in this case is hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. According to you, she's making a career out of suing you. How many times has she sued you?
Around 4 times now, plus restriction order.
Restraining order?
Yeah, restraining order that she was trying to get.
Do you have any contact with each other?
No, and all that I want to say is that she's obsessed with me, and she's trying to use this legal system as a gun. And even I have the proof here, one comment from Facebook, where she's saying that she's doing this as revenge.
On Facebook, she says that?
Yeah, she posted.
This is what happens when a gringa figures out that her ex-boyfriend, for the uninitiated, that is a female gender of gringo, a term of art for a non-Hispanic. All right, this is what happens when a gringa figures out that her ex-boyfriend cheated on her with a mistress for the entire 3 years of the... Did you cheat on her for 3 years?
Nope.
Did you cheat on her at all?
Yeah, I cheated on her, but the last year.
He has his standards. Yeah. But thank God I've finally been able to make them stop terrorizing me with the senseless harassment by suing them both. All I can say is I warned him not to cheat on a gringa. We get revenge in court over a year later, not by trying to kill ya like his Latina mistress did to me when the mistress and I both finally realized that he was two-timing us both. Okay.
May I ask how he got access to that? Because we're not Facebook friends, so he's been hacking my accounts.
Is this, okay, first of all, let me ask a different question. Did you write this?
No, to be honest, my mind is a little messed up from the stress of all these cases. I freely admit that I did...
The cases that you filed?
Yes, legal business is stressful and leads to stress. But I did...
Yeah, there's an answer to that.
I did post
Stop
that.
and move on is the answer to that.
I will as
why
soon
don't you
as
just
I
pay
win.
her and get her out of your life?
Exactly.
Like why, so how much has she been paid so far?
So far it's at around $1,300, plus I had to pay lawyer for the restraining order, and so far to her at around...
Can I just ask what was the result of the restraining order? Did it get dismissed or did it get entered?
It's temporary so far. We have
Say it again.
It's temporary.
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 I got it.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the restraining order about then?
I basically said, if you and your girl will leave me alone, then I'll forget everything, because really what I want is for you guys to leave me alone.
Okay, but your post doesn't look that way. Your post looks like it's revenge, right? All I can tell you is don't cheat on a gringa. We get revenge in court a year later, not by trying to kill you like his Latina mistress did to me.
Well, your quote that you
know
used...
I'm Latina, right?
Yeah, I do. A little too late.
I don't take offense at that.
No, but your quote that you used earlier about revenge and women is exactly correct. Wrath like a woman scorned. But this case is really about things that are not to do with vengeance, and I'm trying to avoid vengeance at this point.
Okay. And then the legal fees for the restraining order. How are you going to get legal fees on a case you haven't won yet? That case is pending still, according to him. Is he right?
Yeah.
Well, I've met that restraining lawyer twice, and he's charged me each time.
I don't doubt that you've incurred legal fees. But you've got to win to be entitled to legal fees. If you lose a restraining order, you're eating all this.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, they broke up. It was bad. She has sued him not once, twice, 3, but 4 times. Does this sound like revenge?
Most definitely it does.
So, what advice do you give her?
Leave him.
Well, she left him. Now she just keeps suing him.
Yeah, stop suing him.
Probably to get a therapist and maybe spend her extra money from her other cases on that and figure out ways to not sue him. Maybe figure out the law or something.
What do you say?
I think she just needs to move on, most likely. She's probably losing more money than she's gaining, or who knows what.
That may well be the case. Going inside the courtroom.
What I'm going to do as to these legal fees is I'm going to dismiss this part of your lawsuit without prejudice to you raising it again if and when you win the restraining order case, all right? And lost wages for civil suits. Tell me how on earth you lost wages. You're a teacher. You're working every day. You're not taking time off to do this, are you? I thought this was a sport on your off time. What are you...
No, of course I have to take the day off to go to court because the court date and time is during a school day.
Okay, how are you going to prove that you have $2,000 of lost wages?
Okay, do you want to see the receipts?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You told them you were sick?
I lied.
That's a bad idea. And if you took a sick day, you got paid then, right? They didn't dock you the pay.
That's true.
So then how are you going to collect here?
To be
All right,
honest,
then the
I
next
don't
one, did you take a
understand
sick day each of the days?
No, I didn't understand the system and I still don't. You do what you think's fair. If
Okay.
it's not fair for me to ask for that, it's no problem. I just don't.
Yes, I think it's not fair for you to collect something if you didn't actually lose it. So I am ruling against you on lost wages on the civil suits. Now let's talk about the legal fees. I'm finding in her favor in the amount of the legal fees that it took to take the money that you had in the account but weren't paying her, and that's in the amount of $645. But I want to say something to you guys. At some point in this, you just want to say to yourself, not you have to, but you want to, I'm done with him. And that includes future litigation. I worry about you because you have hired lawyers on retainer every month. And because I have a statement from you on Facebook that is not particularly wise. You teach what grade?
I teach high school.
So you have a bunch of students that look to you as a leader. And among those students are women, right? And what do you want them to glean from this experience? Do you want them to glean that hell hath no fury like a woman scorned and gringos get our revenge and we get them in court a year later? Do you want them to glean that you're a strong woman who gets what's hers but is moving on? Option 2, right?
Gotcha.
Okay, so you think about that in the next upcoming months and you decide how often you want to be paying monthly legal fees to keep this stuff going, right?
Gotcha.
Okay, good luck to both of you. I'm finding in the plaintiff's favor in the amount of the $645 that has been expended so far in order to collect on the judgment that you have agreed was entered against you. As far as the money that she's suing for lost wages in the Cat case, I find against her. And as far as the money for lost wages and legal fees for the restraining order, that is not ripe yet because she has not won the restraining order. So that I am just severing out of this case, and we'll give you an order that says that when you leave. Okay. Good luck, folks.
So the plaintiff does get a judgment for $645 in this case. What do you think about that?
I think at some point it's good because I will get rid of her. I hope she doesn't sue me anymore. You know? Yeah.
She has made your life a little difficult,
yeah,
hasn't she?
exactly. I hope she collects that and be happy at this point. Leave me alone.
Well, you're going to have to pay it. You're going to have to come up with the money, so...
Well, but this way is like, if this is the way we can solve it, I'll be happy, you know?
Okay. Well, good luck to you. All right. Thank you very much.
you.
You must sign a few documents. And the plaintiff is on her way out of the courtroom. You know, you acted like you wanted to say something to the judge as she walked out of the courtroom. What were you going to say? Or did you forget to say something to her?
Well, there are a couple of other things that were listed on my case that we didn't get to
You
discuss,
went through a
but
lot.
that's okay.
If you
It's
didn't bring it
okay.
up, we can't do it now.
It's okay.
Case is over.
It's all
Let
good.
me ask you two things. Number one, the judge gave you some really good advice, I think, at the very end of the case. What did you think about that?
I think it's wonderful advice, and I'm definitely going to take it.
Meaning, don't go to a lawyer every month for another fee to get back at him?
I've just been trying to get him to pay me, and I've been trying to get a restraining order. Once this, you know...
Were you threatened by him?
Yes.
And physically threatened? Or just phone calls?
It's complicated. I don't want to talk about all that,
all right.
but thank
I won't
you.
push that. I won't
Okay.
push that. Sorry about that. All right, well, good luck with your life.
Okay, thank you so much.
That's the door. Thank you. Very interesting, Harvey. What do you think?
Doug, you know what? The plaintiff's asking for attorney's fees. You can only get attorney's fees in a limited number of cases, either by statute where it says you can, and that's very limited, or if the contract that you're dealing with says you can. Otherwise, no attorney's fees. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.